Have you ever had that jaw-dropping moment when your ex, yes, the one who walked away without a second thought, reappears as if nothing happened? Maybe it's just a casual, "Hey, how's life?" Or the nerve to say, "I miss you, I've changed, can we try again?" For a split second, your heart races. Could this be the moment you've been waiting for? But deep down, you sense something's off. If they truly cared about you, why did they leave in the first place? Why does it take losing you for them to realize your worth? Here's where things often go wrong. The temptation to rush back into their arms, caught up in emotions, desperate for closure, or that feeling of being loved again. But here's the harsh reality. Giving them a second chance without making them earn it is a recipe for disaster. It might seem like you're giving them another shot at love, but you're also giving them the green light to come and go as they please. You're teaching them that your love is a revolving door, that your self-worth is something they can toy with. What happens when they leave again, or worse, when they fall into the same toxic habits? You'll be left in the exact same place, only this time the hurt will be deeper because you knew better. Let's get one thing straight. Missing someone doesn't equal loving them. Wanting them back doesn't mean they've changed. And hearing "I've changed" is just a phrase. Actions speak louder than words. Before you even think about letting them back into your life, stop and ask yourself, do they truly deserve another shot? Don't let loneliness, nostalgia, or momentary weakness cloud your judgment. What matters is their actions, their growth, and their ability to prove they've really transformed. So how can you figure out if they've genuinely changed or if they're just looking for a safety net? Simple. Ask them these 5 crucial questions. Their answers will either reveal their true intentions or show that they're still the same person they were before. If they hesitate, if their answers feel shallow, or if their words ring hollow, you'll know exactly what you need to do. Before we dive in, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I deserve love that doesn't require second chances. Question 1. What do you truly want from me? Is it real love, or is it simply the emptiness you're trying to escape? Do they genuinely want you, or are they just craving the comfort and familiarity you once gave them? This is the one question that can lay everything bare. A person who truly wants you back isn't doing it to fill their own void. They're coming back because they've taken the time to reflect, to grow, and they've realized that losing you was their biggest mistake. But here's the catch. Regret and self-realization are not the same as genuine change. Missing someone doesn't equate to truly valuing them. Wanting them back doesn't mean they're ready for the relationship. If they truly loved you, why did it take losing you for them to finally understand that? What are they really after now? Reconnection or simply relief from their loneliness? Too many people confuse loneliness with love. But real love is not about filling an emotional gap. It's not about seeking comfort because life feels unbearable without someone. If your ex is only returning because they miss you, that's not enough. If their reason for coming back is the quiet of their bed, the absence of your touch, or the fact that no one else treats them the same way, that's not love. That's just fear. And when someone returns out of fear, rather than genuine appreciation, they're not after real love. They're looking for a temporary fix. Once the discomfort of being alone fades, they'll slip back into old habits, and the cycle starts again. So you need to ask them, what do you want from me? The answer will reveal everything. A person who truly values you will respect your space and boundaries. They won't rush you or make you feel pressured to make a quick decision. They won't try to manipulate you with guilt or sweet memories. They will understand that trust needs to be earned again. They won't just tell you they've changed. They will show you with their actions and consistency. On the other hand, An ex who's only looking for comfort will rush through everything. They'll say whatever they think will make you feel better, and they'll try to rekindle things quickly because they aren't focused on you. They're focused on escaping their loneliness. If you let them back in without making them prove themselves, you're teaching them that they can come and go whenever they want. You're telling them that your love has no limits, regardless of how they treated you before. You're letting them take your worth for granted. Ask yourself, if they really loved you, wouldn't they have realized that before? Wouldn't they have fought for you before they walked away? A person who truly wants to be with you will never treat you like an option. They will never put you in a place where you're questioning whether their feelings are real. They will come back not because they need you, but because they choose you. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a person perfected without trials." In the same way, love that hasn't been tested or undergone growth is nothing more than an illusion. If your ex can't give you a clear, honest answer to this question, if their response feels scripted, or if it's based on fear instead of love, then the real question is, do you even want them back? Before we move on, I'd love for you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I am not someone's comfort zone. I am someone's choice. Question number 2. How will you rebuild my trust? Trust was broken. Whether it was lies, betrayal, false promises, or simply walking away when you needed them the most, something happened that shattered your belief in them. And here's the harsh truth. Love alone doesn't fix trust. Love is easy to talk about. It's easy to feel in the heat of the moment. But trust is something that takes time, actions, and consistent effort to rebuild. If your ex is asking for another chance, the real question you need to ask is, how will you prove to me that I can trust you again? Because, let's be honest, words mean nothing without action. Anyone can say, I've changed. Anyone can promise, it won't happen again. But what happens when the going gets tough? What happens when old habits start to resurface? A person who has truly changed doesn't just talk the talk. They walk the walk, even when no one is watching. Trust isn't magically restored just because they want it to be. It's earned, and if they don't have a clear, actionable plan to rebuild that trust, you have your answer right there. A person who genuinely understands the damage they've caused will also understand that an apology isn't enough. They'll know that trust must be rebuilt, step by step. Someone who truly values you won't rush you to forgive them. They won't try to hurry things along because they feel guilty or uncomfortable. They won't demand that you trust them again simply because they say they've changed. Instead, they'll take full responsibility for their actions. They'll own up to what they did without making excuses, shifting blame, or rewriting history. Most importantly, they'll show you, through their consistent actions, day after day, that they've changed. They'll align their words with their behavior. They'll be transparent, patient, and willing to prove themselves without expecting instant results. But here's the truth. An ex who hasn't really changed will act defensively. They'll downplay what happened, telling you that you need to let go of the past or stop overthinking. They'll treat trust as something you owe them, instead of something they need to earn. They might even try to make you feel guilty for not immediately trusting them again. But here's the bottom line. If they truly respected you, they would understand and respect the time it takes to rebuild what they broke. You cannot love someone into being trustworthy. Trust isn't something you can build for them. It's their responsibility to earn it. And if they're not willing to put in the effort, you already know how this story ends. A person who truly regrets breaking your trust will work tirelessly to show you they won't repeat their mistakes. They'll understand that trust is fragile, that once broken, it may never fully be the same. If they're not willing to be patient, to prove themselves consistently over time, then they're not ready to be part of your life again. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself." If your ex has truly changed, it will show in the way they handle your hesitation, in the way they respect your boundaries, and in the way they prove, through consistent action, that they are different. But if they get defensive, impatient, or frustrated, it's clear they were never serious about rebuilding trust in the first place. And if they can't answer this question with honesty, clarity, and a concrete plan, then maybe the real question is, why would you risk trusting them again? Before we wrap up, drop this affirmation in the comments. My trust is earned, not given. Question number 3. What really changed? Me, or just your feelings? People don't just wake up one day and suddenly want their ex back. Something has shifted. But what exactly? Did you become more successful, more attractive, more confident? Did they undergo personal growth that turned them into the partner you always needed? Or is it just their feelings that have changed because they're lonely, jealous, or afraid of losing you forever? The answer to this question is crucial, because if nothing substantial has shifted within them, then nothing will be different this time. Love doesn't magically appear where it didn't exist before. Someone who once took you for granted, ignored your needs, or walked away from you can do it again, unless something real has changed within them. So ask them directly, what's different now? If their answer isn't clear and honest, chances are they're only back because of passing emotions, not because of real transformation. A person who's truly changed will be able to articulate how and why. They won't just say, "I miss you," or "I realize now how much I love you." They'll acknowledge where things went wrong, what they've learned, and what steps they've taken to ensure it never happens again. They'll have concrete experiences and genuine growth to back up their words. On the flip side, someone who's acting impulsively will give you vague answers. They'll focus on their emotions instead of showing real accountability. They might say they just know they want you back, but they won't be able to explain why they left in the first place. If they can't pinpoint what changed, how can they promise that this time will be different? The truth is, people often come back not because they suddenly value you more, but because they fear losing you. Maybe they saw you moving on. Maybe they realized you're no longer waiting around for them. Maybe they thought they had all the time in the world, only to discover that you were the best thing they ever had. But wanting you back out of regret or fear isn't the same as being ready for a real relationship. It's easy to feel something when you're afraid of losing it. It's easy to crave someone when you think they might slip away. But relationships are built on mutual love, respect, and commitment, not on fear. If they've truly changed, their actions will speak louder than their words. They won't just tell you they're ready, they will show you through their consistent effort, accountability, and patience. They won't pressure you into making a decision right away, because they'll understand that real change takes time to prove. They'll respect the fact that trust isn't rebuilt overnight, and words alone can't undo the mistakes of the past. But if they become defensive, frustrated, or try to rush you when you ask this question, you've got your answer. They're not back for the right reasons. They're just afraid of losing you, and there's a big difference between missing you and being ready for you. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If their mindset has truly shifted, their actions will reflect that. But if they're still the same person with the same mindset, making the same choices, then this isn't a second chance, it's just a rerun of the past. So ask them what really changed, and if their only answer is that they feel differently, then the only thing that's likely to change again is their mind. Before we finish, drop this affirmation in the comments: I will not mistake loneliness for love. Question number 4. What exactly do you regret? A true apology is so much more than just, "I miss you," or "I made a mistake." It's about understanding what went wrong and owning up to it. Regret without reflection is empty. So before you even think about giving them another shot, ask them, what do you actually regret? Do they regret hurting you, or do they regret losing the perks of being with you? There's a big difference between regretting the consequences of their actions and truly regretting what they did to you. Someone who regrets losing you is thinking about themselves. Someone who regrets hurting you is thinking about you. A real apology isn't about feeling guilty. It's about taking responsibility for their actions. If they can't clearly explain what they did wrong, why they did it, and how they've changed since then, they're not ready to fix anything. Anyone can say, "I'm sorry." But the real question is, are they sorry for how they treated you, or just sorry they don't have your love, care, and attention anymore? Are they sorry for betraying your trust, or just sorry that their behavior led to consequences? If their regret is centered on their own loss, not the pain they caused you, that's not accountability, that's selfishness. True regret means they've spent time reflecting. It means they've looked back on your relationship, not just with nostalgia, but with self-awareness. They've recognized the moments they failed, the ways they let you down, and most importantly, they've made efforts to ensure they don't repeat the same mistakes. Because regret without change is simply manipulation. If they haven't learned, grown, or done the inner work necessary for real change, then nothing is different except the fact that they no longer have you. The way they answer this question will tell you everything. If they get defensive, minimize what happened, or try to shift the blame, then they don't truly regret their actions. They regret the outcome. If they say things like, "I regret letting you go," or "I wish I'd fought for us," that's not enough. You need to hear specifics. What do they regret doing? What do they regret not doing? What actions are they taking to ensure they're better? If they can't provide clear, honest answers, then their regret is shallow and their apology is empty. Someone who truly regrets hurting you won't make excuses. They won't say, "I never meant to hurt you," because intention doesn't erase impact. They'll acknowledge that their actions, regardless of intent, caused real damage. An apology isn't about making them feel better. It's about showing you that they understand the hurt they caused, that they care, and that they are committed to doing the work necessary to repair the damage. If they're not willing to take those steps, what are they really asking for? A second chance, or just another opportunity to take you for granted? As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wisely said, "A person who is not ashamed of their past has no reason to change their future." True regret involves deep understanding of the past, not just a desire to rewrite it. If they truly regret what they did, they won't just talk about it, they'll show it through their actions, growth, and transformation. But if they can't answer this question with honesty, if they can't take full ownership of their role, then they're not ready for another chance. Real regret isn't about looking back. It's about ensuring the same mistakes don't repeat. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I deserve an apology that comes with real change. Question number 5. How do you see our future? If they say, "I don't know," or "Let's just take it one step at a time," then you already have your answer. They're not serious. A true partner has a clear vision for the future with you. If they don't, then you're just spinning in circles. Love without direction isn't love. It's uncertainty. If they're asking for another chance, they should be able to tell you exactly why. They should have a plan, a goal, a reason for wanting this to work. If they can't articulate a future with you, then they're not interested in a real commitment. They just want comfort. This question forces them to confront reality. Do they see this relationship as something long-term, or are they simply trying to fill a void? A person who is truly serious about you won't hesitate to discuss the future. They won't give you vague answers like, "Let's just see where things go." They'll know that love without intention goes nowhere. The way they respond will reveal whether they see you as a partner or if they're just looking for someone to distract them until they figure things out for themselves. Real love is about direction, not just feelings. Feelings can be strong, but without a shared vision for the future, they won't lead you anywhere meaningful. If they want you back, but can't describe what this relationship looks like in 6 months, a year or beyond, then what are they truly offering? More of the same, more uncertainty, more confusion. If they couldn't commit in the past, why should you believe they're ready now? If they've genuinely changed, if they've truly thought about what they want, then they'll have a clear answer. Not just a promise, not just words in the heat of the moment, but a real, tangible vision of what they want with you and how they plan to make it work this time. Love without direction is like a boat drifting in the sea, heading nowhere until it crashes. If they can't answer this question with certainty and confidence, then they're not ready. If they hesitate, deflect, or try to avoid the question with, "I just want to be with you, isn't that enough?" then the answer is clear. No, it's not enough. Wanting someone and being ready for them are two completely different things. You deserve a love that has a future, not a love that keeps you stuck in uncertainty. You deserve a partner who chooses you with intention, not out of fear of being alone. A real partner thinks about the long haul. They don't just think about today, they think about forever. If they love you and value you, they'll be able to answer this question with no hesitation. They'll tell you how they've grown, how they plan to make things better, and how they see a future with you, together. Because a second chance isn't about just fixing what went wrong before. It's about building something better, something stronger. If they don't have a clear vision for that future, what's stopping them from repeating the same mistakes? As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." If they truly want to be with you, they should already have a plan in place. They should know what went wrong before, how to fix it, and how to show up differently this time. If they can't answer with certainty, they're not ready. Because love isn't just about wanting someone, it's about knowing, planning, and choosing. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I deserve a love that has a future. Your ex may want you back, but that doesn't mean they deserve you back. You hold the power now. If they can't answer these 5 questions with clarity and honesty, maybe your silence is the answer they need. If this video resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, never settle for less than you deserve.